probably one of the most important things we have to learn if we want to become a top 1% producing agent and make hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars a year in this industry. And that's about neutralizing the hidden sales pressure that's in your conversations that you're having with your prospects. Because we have to learn how to detach ourselves from the expectations of making the sale and instead focus on whether or not we can actually help them. Because when we detach ourselves from the sale and we open up to them, what do they do with us? They open back up, right? I want you to imagine how selling would be for you if you learned how to disarm your prospects, every single one of them, within the first 30 seconds of every conversation you're on. How many more sales do you think you would make? Okay? How would it be different for you? So I'm going to give you a few examples of this push-pull dynamic and how to avoid creating sales pressure, because if we trigger sales pressure, if we trigger sales resistance in the first 30 seconds, what happens? This happens. Do you agree? They emotionally shut down. You have the very best questions. They stay mum. They don't really open up to you. They give you one or two worded answers in return. They stay service level. And then what objections do you get at the end? I want to think it over. I need to talk to my spouse. I need to keep getting more quotes. Stop the madness. You don't have to go through hell anymore. Selling can be so much more easier. Instead of telling them why they should go with us, why not find out why they even asked the question in the first place? What's behind the question? How do we disarm them to get them to open up? What I want you to do is I want you to ask me that question.
So why should we go with you?
Well, I'm not quite sure that you should yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we'd have to understand a little bit more about, kind of what you have in place now to pay the mortgage and all the expenses, just to see if we can actually help, because, maybe you don't even need us. But for example, like, who do you have your policy with now?